Welcome back to KHTS. This is Jade Aubuchon, KHTS Co-News Director, and I am joined today by a special guest, Cary Quashen of Action Drug Rehab, and we are here today to discuss. There has been an unfortunate trend in the past couple of years of an increase in drug use, not only in our Santa Clarita Valley, but across the nation. But we wanted to give parents, especially those of children who are under the age of 18 a little bit of an idea of what to watch out for and what they should be aware of when it comes to protecting their children from drug use. And I want to say that that is a very broad range of things. I know you know more about that.
Extremely broad. No, and it's what a great time to talk about it because if you're looking at the media, it's all over the media. It's affected our school district. It's in LA today, and it's literally everywhere. I mean, and the message that we've been giving children and parents is fentanyl kills, and that's the wrong message. Everybody freaking knows fentanyl kills. The message we need to give out is it's in all drugs.
Yes.
That every drug today is dangerous, and every time you take a pill or a meth or any of that kind of stuff, it's Russian roulette. You just don't know which one is going to be the one that kills you, which one has the fentanyl. So I understand that. Yes, for what I understand is somebody had to be Narcaned in school today. And there's two reasons why people get Narcan, just so everybody knows. Number one, a suspected overdose, where somebody's concerned and like, oh my God, this person might be overdosing, and Narcan will bring them back if it was an opiate, period, nothing else, but it won't do any damage. And the other one is a medical emergency. So you really don't know exactly what had happened. We know, thank God, that kid's fine and went to the hospital and now is home, cozy in his house or her house. So that's exciting. And then today I'm also hearing that we had over 10 adolescents at another middle school that had to be transferred to a hospital because of an apparent some kind of reaction to THC vaping. Now that's something that I've been wanting to talk about for a long time. They legalized marijuana. And everybody, I mean, all the kids are doing it, and to me, I'm seeing it as a huge crisis. But even worse than that, when I'm hearing they're vaping it, first of all, that's not pot. That is not marijuana. These kids are not sitting in a room smoking marijuana that's 20% THC. They are vaping something that's a liquid, that's a vape, that's 100% THC. That is not pot. Again, parents, this is not marijuana that these kids are doing. And it's 100% THC, and it's extremely dangerous. I've seen more children and adults that are going into these kind of reactions. Panic attacks, anxiety attacks, seizures, chronic throwing up, and psychosis, and even suicidal tendencies. So it's something that we better freaking pay serious attention, or this thing, along with the fentanyl and other drugs, is going to mushroom real bad, and we're going to have more crises than we know what to do with.
Which I want us to dial back for a moment. If you're just tuning into KHTS, I know we've thrown a lot of words at you. We've said Narcan, we've said THC. Let's dial back and let's define a couple of those things. Narcan is I wouldn't necessarily say it's an antidote, but it kind of stops an opiate overdose in its tracks, and I believe it does so by actually blocking some of the same receptors that opiates.
Exactly. What happens when you're overdosing, the opiate stuff goes on all your receptors, and what the Narcan does is say, no, bye, and kicks them out. So you go from an overdose to an immediate whoa. Being sober, and it's like, what? They don't even know what happened. That's the bad part about Narcan, because
you don't remember.
What happens is somebody gets high, and all they remember is, whoa, I got loaded, something happened, and now I'm in the back of an ambulance or laying on a floor, and there's people all over me. What they miss is the overdose. They missed the fact that they fell to the ground, that their breathing went from almost zero to nothing, that somebody had to do CPR and somebody ran in the room and put Narcan up their nose and brought them back to life. They missed all that.
Yeah.
So that's that. Then what I mean by the scary part is they didn't see the ugly.
Yeah.
They just know I got loaded and boom, I'm not. And so they missed all that. But the other thing right now is this THC, and that's very frightening. Not as scary, obviously, as fentanyl
Hmm.
and pills that are cut with that. But it's very frightening because I've been doing this thing for 40 years, man. That's a long time to work with people. But this new grade of THC, I'm not going to say marijuana. It's not marijuana. I want everyone to get this straight. What marijuana is, you roll it in a little joint and you smoke it, or you put it in a pipe and you smoke it. This is not that. This is juice, vape juice. It's 100% THC.
So just to get a little bit of clarification here, would it be, it's just highly concentrated. It
Concentrated.
was originally in marijuana, but they have now distilled it. So it would be kind of the
Yes.
difference between you have sage leaves, and then you
Exactly.
have the essential oils, and you could get a chemical burn on your skin from the essential oils if you just drop it on you. It's the same thing
It's the
ish,
same thing ish.
but
But this thing is not like sage. Sage might burn you. This thing can cause serious mental health problems. I
mhm.
mean, extreme panic attacks, extreme anxiety, um, extreme psychosis. I mean, I'm actually seeing people that have to go into ERs and even behavioral health, mental health facilities because of the psychosis and mania that's going on. I've actually seen it cause seizures and anger bursts and some physical stuff that's really crazy. We seriously need to pay attention to this THC, not marijuana.
Mhm.
It's different.
And is that in both adults and
Yes,
minors?
yes, I'm seeing it. It crosses no boundaries. Obviously, I believe that when it comes to adolescents, their brain's not even developed yet, and when they're using stuff like this high concentrated THC, it mentals with their emotional growth. Adults are a little bit different, but I'm putting still. I put more adults in. This is crazy. I put more adults and adolescents in mental health facilities in the last year for THC than I have meth.
Wow.
That's what's going on with this THC.
So what can parents and guardians
Not in,
do?
and also let's not forget the physical part of it too. I
Mhm.
mean, chronic throw up, coughing, and all kinds of other physical issues that they're having.
Yeah.
So sorry.
No, 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 you're fine. It's important to differentiate that this isn't just mental and emotional. It's like we
Yes,
saw today, there was a large group of children who were hospitalized in
exactly.
another part of Los Angeles.
Sadly, did not surprise me.
Yeah. And it's the sort of thing that we're seeing more often. So what can we do as the adults?
Well, number one, parents. First of all, you got to talk to your kid. And talking to your kid does not mean, hey, let me tell you about drugs and having that one-time conversation. It's talk to your kids. I'm not saying lecture them, but do your investigation. Go on the internet. Learn what's really going on out there. I'll tell you this so you know, is there are no real drugs anymore. If your child is going to go online and buy something like a Percocet or crystal meth or whatever it is that they're buying, you can bank on it that it's probably fentanyl. So the message that you better give your child and your friends and your family and your neighbors and aunts and uncles is that anything you buy is chances are they're not real. And it's fentanyl and you're playing Russian roulette with your life. And it's only one oops and you die. And don't forget, it's the number one killer, they say, from 18 to 45. I'll say 16 to 45 right now in this country.
It's not a matter of if you get, it's
No.
when you get.
I used to say get clean or whatever. Now it's get clean or die, man. Get sober, stop using or die. It's just when it's going to kill you. And the other thing, I understand that parents believe that, smoking pot's a rite of passage. This isn't pot that these kids are doing. Again, this is high concentrated THC. It's different than marijuana. You really need to start figuring that out. Go on the internet. Seriously, investigate what the real side effects are. You'll shock you.
As during the holiday season, we've got kids who are coming out of school. They're going to be home more often, or inversely, trying to be out of the house more often so they don't have to be around their parents. Is there anything around the holiday season that parents and guardians should be keeping an eye out for that's different?
Stay focused. Stay involved with your kids. You know what's really sad? That I've been doing surveys for the last 2 years, and this is frightening. That the average parent spends How much time do you think the average parent spends talking to their teenage children a
Oh,
day?
oh, maybe 30 minutes.
The average is 2 to 10 minutes. And here's how it usually goes. How was your day? It was good. How was school? It was fine. You have any homework? I done it. Are you hungry? I ate.
Hmm.
And then they go about their thing. The last thing, let's pick 14-year-old girl or boy.
Yeah.
The last thing a 14-year-old child does before they goes to sleep is they pick up their phone and they say good night to their friends in person on Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, whatever it is. They're saying goodnight to their friends.
Yeah.
They put their phone down. They go to sleep. What do you think the first thing they do is when they wake up in the morning, before they even go to the bathroom, or if they go to the bathroom, what do they bring with them?
Their phone.
Their phone. And then what are they doing? They're connecting with their friends again. So they go to sleep with their friends. They wake up with their friends. They go to school with their friends. They come home to their friends. They have a 2-minute conversation with their parents, and they're back in their room with their friends. So my best advice to any parent is freaking connect to your kid, man. Know what's going on. I was at a restaurant last week right here, this Mexican restaurant that I like, and I saw this guy and his son walk in. They walked in, sat down, picked up their phones, and they never said one word to each other. They ordered, they ate, they said maybe something, they got up and they left on their phones. So even when we're together with our children, we're not even together. They were so busy. Dad was so busy with doing his thing, and that kid was just, he didn't know what to do, so he was texting his friends. So when you're with your children, be with your children. Put your freaking phone in your pocket. Nobody cares how many likes you get for the steak dinner you're eating or the chocolate shake. Be present with your child. So my best advice is know what's going on with your kid, man. Be involved.
Well, thank you very much for joining us today. We greatly appreciate it, especially with the recent headlines.
Yeah, sad stuff. And I'll tell you, if we don't get a grip on this, if we don't start educating ourselves and our friends and families, this is going to mushroom a whole lot worse than anyone can imagine. So my other advice is have a great holiday. Be safe.
Absolutely. And if you're listening, we sincerely hope you also have a great holiday, but stay close to your kids and keep an eye out for trying to put these practices in place in your own life. You've been listening to KHTS Radio.